Boom! Hello, it's predictions time. I'm the posh guy who likes wrestling, and this is my special mini episode for the predictions for the 2015 Royal Rumble. As you can see, I'm a little bit excited because I love the Royal Rumble so much. Match 1 is going to be The New Day versus Adam Rose and Tyson Kidd and Cesaro in a 6-man elimination tag team match. I don't care about this, and nor should you, but it's an elimination match, which means more pinfalls, which I guess might mean slightly more excitement. Okay, so who's going to win? Well, I think that one's pretty easy. It's going to be The New Day. The New Day are going to win this one because, well, they're starting out as a tag team and they probably have more to prove. You know, they're an actual 3-man team rather than Adam Rose, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, who are just sort of slapped together. So in order to try and make the established thing seem like a real thing, we're going to go with The New Day on this one. Hopefully some sort of dominance by Big E, because he deserves better than this. Boy, he really does. Maybe there'll be some sort of shenanigans with the bunny. I mean, the WWE seem to have forgotten about the bunny. Again, I'm not pressing for his return. Match 2, the New Age Outlaws versus the Ascension. Now, poor gay God of War have been put through the ringer of late. The WWE have camped them up and then undercut them, making them scream and gnash like the Road Warriors, whilst giving them absolutely nothing to do to demonstrate that they're actually anywhere nearly the same league as those guys. Now, some people might have seen that their treatment on Raw was something of a good thing because, you know, they get a bit of a rub from being in the ring with all those legendary tag teams. However, they were also molested by those tag teams, so it's probably not for the best of their career. They've been put up against the New Age Outlaws. Now, this has to be used to put over the Ascension. It could be used to, you know, have a happy, good feeling pop. Oh, the old guys, pick up the young guys and throw them down. It's fun to be old. But that's absolutely not what should happen. So this is where my predictions are going. I'm going to give WWE Creative the benefit of the doubt, God knows why, and say that the New Age Outlaws put over the Ascension. Hopefully in dominant fashion, maybe in sneaky fashion, but either way, the Ascension are getting the win because they fucking need it. Match 3, Natalya and Paige versus the Bella Twins in what promises to be a huge matchup. Well, seeing as the title's not up for grabs, I'm giving it to Paige and Natalya. You know, if they win, they can argue over, you know, one of them got the pinfall, you know, the other one helped, you know, which one deserves a title shot. Maybe there'll be a bit of infighting, which might possibly lead to a very well worked but probably very poorly booked feud between Natalya and Paige, two of the best wrestlers on the roster. It should have been a title match, but fuck it. Match 4, The Miz and Mizdow versus the Usos for the Tag Team Championship. Now this one seems pretty obvious. What's going to happen is the Usos are going to retain, but the interesting thing about this match is what it's going to mean for the Miz and Mizdow. Now these guys have been doing the same sort of shtick for a while now, and it's starting to get old, it's starting to get stale. However, the breakup has been teased. The Miz has had a go at Mizdow. Mizdow's felt very bad about it. The Usos questioned Mizdow, why are you letting Miz tell you what to do? So here's what I think is going to happen. Due to some sort of miscommunication between Miz and Mizdow, they're going to lose their title opportunity. Miz might do something like slap Mizdow. Then, of course, Mizdow, having to mirror everything Miz does, will slap Miz back. There'll be tension there. Going into the Royal Rumble, the Miz will get eliminated. He'll then look at Mizdow saying, well, and he'll decide not to do it. At which point there'll be a big feud between Miz and Mizdow, maybe not a big one, but hopefully there'll be a pay-per-view match out of it and elevating Sandow into a next level of his career. That's what I'm hoping. Match 5, okay, the triple threat between John Cena, Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar. This is genuinely a little bit unpredictable. I mean, my gut feeling tells me that it's not. My gut feeling tells me that it's obvious that Brock Lesnar's going to walk away with this one because that's the marquee match at WrestleMania. But it's that Money in the Bank briefcase. Okay, here's what I think is going to happen. I think John Cena is going to have Lesnar beat. Seth Rollins will break it up with the briefcase, smash Cena over the head with it, and then he'll go for the curb stomp. Out will come Randy Orton, the man that Seth Rollins put on the shelf. Randy Orton will return and he'll RKO Seth Rollins. Brock Lesnar will cover him for the 1, 2, 3. Brock Lesnar retains. Now, this could possibly be that Brock Lesnar might beat John Cena and then Seth Rollins will try and cash in on Brock and Randy Orton will ruin his cash-in, but no one really wants to see a cash-in fail, to be honest. In this sense, John Cena doesn't get pinned, so, you know, the fanatical obsession with keeping Cena looking strong will live on another day. Seth Rollins will look, you know, like he could have had the match won if not for Randy Orton. They'll set up a nice feud there going into WrestleMania, and Brock Lesnar will still have the title, so he'll still have bragging rights. It pretty much all works. And now, the Royal Rumble. Well, first of all, let's predict who are going to be the surprise entrants, because that's always one of the fun things about the Rumble, is who's coming back, which legends are returning. Now, there are plenty of rumours in the mill, and let's address them all one by one. Randy Orton, again, he might not return in the title match, he might return in the Royal Rumble itself, but again, no, he's best served being the fly in the ointment, the spanner in the wrench, the pain in the ass in the title match. Sheamus has been gone for a bit. Not really enough that anyone's really noticed, but he could return. Bo Dallas, again, didn't really miss him, but apparently he's fit and ready after injury. He might come back. The Dudley Boyz. The Dudley Boyz might return, or at least Bubba Ray or Devon. They've been in talks, apparently, allegedly, and, well, the roster's thin. We could do with some more tag teams, and who doesn't want to see someone be put through a table at the Royal Rumble? I knows, I do's. Also from NXT, maybe Sami Zayn or maybe Adrian Neville. Adrian Neville is the most likely. He's not the champ anymore. He had a successful title reign, dropped the belt, and now he's ready to be promoted. So it seems perfectly reasonable for him to have a huge spot at the Royal Rumble. Maybe he'll get to the ring, maybe he'll climb straight up the turnbuckle and hit a red arrow on someone, because that move pops people's minds. The most likely returning entrant, though, is RVD. We're in Philadelphia, home of ECW. This is where RVD made his name. And, you know, he pops in for a cup of coffee with the WWE whenever he likes. Now would be the perfect time for him to turn up, kick some people in the face, you know, 5-star frog splash, and then zoom out of the ring. That'd be nice. Maybe the Bunny might be an entrant. Now, I'm not saying that a man in a bunny costume shouldn't be in the Royal Rumble, because I shouldn't fucking have to. And finally, who's going to win the match itself? Well, I had originally thought it might have been Daniel Bryan. The promo he gave a couple of weeks ago when he was sort of teary-eyed, you thought he was going to announce his retirement, then he announced that I am going to win the Royal Rumble. Do you want to see that? And the crowd were chanting, yes, yes, yes. It seemed like a huge deal. That really seemed like, well, first of all, it seemed like the logical matchup, and it seemed like the emotional matchup as well. However, the last week of programming has sort of flattened out my feelings on that. Well, let's look at the Raw Legends panel. They asked all the legends, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and HBK, who's going to win? Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, and Daniel Bryan. They put all three of those guys on the same level. No one picked Roman Reigns. Then out came the Big Show to kind of dominate, you know, punch someone. Then Roman Reigns came out. So he seemed like the secret fourth option, the option that no one had considered, but suddenly the one that anyone can think about. It's still unpredictable. It is, but it's also not. So it could surprise us. I mean, look at 2012 when it was absolutely obvious that Chris Jericho was going to win it. Then they handed it to Sheamus. You know, last minute booking swerve. It might happen. So, you know, keep your fingers crossed. But for prediction's sake, I'm going with Roman Reigns. Okay, and now my favourite bit of the predictions. It's time for the requisite pay-per-view drinking game. Okay, so these are the rules for you all to play along with at home when you're watching this particular pay-per-view. Drink a finger every time Ziggler gets thrown over the top rope but stays in it. Drink 3 fingers every time someone says it's every man for himself. If someone says winner takes all within the same 10 seconds of that comment, finish the drink. Take a shot of spirits every time Cole says, oh my! Drink 3 fingers every time Cole says, see ya bye, like he's on MTV. And finally, waterfall your drink for as long as the Kofi Kingston moment lasts. Alright, that should see pretty much even the hardest of men off. I'll be playing that. I hope you guys will too. And yes, those have been my predictions for the Royal Rumble. Check in on Monday when I'll be publishing my review of the Royal Rumble, and we'll see how many I got right. Alright, I'm the posh guy who likes wrestling. Enjoy the Royal Rumble, everybody. I know I will. Cheerio.